What's up, my boys? It's Hardpoint here, bringing you to form another impressive video showing how to achieve a great kill to death ratio while being a productive teammate. What's up, Forma? It's obviously Hardpoint here, and I'm bringing you a gameplay that's being provided to you by another player that I've also met online that is pretty damn awesome at this game, and especially Hardpoint. Now, if you guys didn't catch my Monday video, I said that I'm going to be making a series where I'm going to introduce to you guys a mode called Hardpoint, and I'm going to try to break it down as efficiently as possible. But then I got a lot of comments and feedback saying, hey, it's extremely difficult to get those 100 pluses, or it's impossible to get 150 kills, or all that other bullshit. Well, here's the gameplay to show you otherwise. Now, if you focus on the mid-left part of the screen right now, you'll notice that I put up a diagram, well, more or less of the map layout of how, the ship works, the initial spawns and the spawn points of the Hardpoint. Now, you'll notice that unlike my last video in Yemen, this map only contains 4 hardpoints and not 5. If you didn't catch my Yemen video, by the way, it will be on the top left hand side of the screen right now, or of course it'll be in the description below. So on to breaking Hardpoint on Hijacked. Like I said, I put a map layout on the middle left hand side of the screen for you guys to get engraved with that image. It'll contain, like I said, the rotation of the hardpoints, which is so key when playing this game, because not only, like I said, well, I mean, you can just look at the video. I mean, this man knows obviously what he's doing and how the rotation is going to flip. And there's a timer right underneath the mini-map, so like you obviously know exactly when they're gonna flip or how they're gonna flip, and if you know the rotation, you know where it's gonna be flipped. So the first one is obviously in the middle of the map where you guys initially saw him dominate pretty much, and the second one is actually where you would call it the weight room. This is where the treadmill and the dumbbells, like you see right now, I don't know, behind him is where the treadmill is, but there's a yoga mat, I do believe, there's everything, right? Alright, so the third one is actually in what you would call the engineer room, which is underground, right? Right underground in the middle, that big ass little cellar. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. And the last but not least, the last hardpoint on this map is located in what you would call the kitchen, which is located on the opposite side of the map where True Cyborg is at right now. So yeah, that rotation will never flip. So after the kitchen, after the fourth and last one, it'll go back to being in the middle of the map where you initially spawned. Now on to the next most important part of knowing how to play Hardpoint, well, any game mode for that matter. Knowing where your opponents are going to spawn. That's so crucial, because that means even if you don't have the orbital, or even if you don't have the counter UAV or the UAV, you have a general idea, a general gist of where your opponents are going to spawn. Now I ask you to look to the middle left hand side of the screen once again, because that map and the spawns and the hardpoints are so crucial. I mean, every little detail about that map is important as hell, alright? So if you guys actually noticed throughout this entire match that, it's been going on for 3 minutes and 30 seconds right now, you'll notice that 9 times out of 10 you're going to be spawning either on the A side or the C side. The A is obviously the kitchen, and C is obviously the weight room. So you're either going to be spawning one of those 2 sides. Now, if you guys already didn't know, there's multi-team, so there's a third team in this game. So that means that one of the team is going to be spawning kind of awkwardly, and that's why the unusual spawns exist. Like, for example, the man is absolutely tearing this team apart right now because they're spawning on the A side, right? And he knows this for a fact. He doesn't need an orbital, he doesn't need a UAV to dictate this, he just knows. And you'll notice that this man doesn't go and break their spawn. Like, there's no reason to push in there because you have an optimal vantage point. And if you sway back and forth, the way Call of Duty is designed, it's designed for you to spawn in a quote-unquote safe area, yet at the same time, normally you'll find yourself dying to bullets that are already being fired because, people know how to dictate the spawns, just like in domination. If your team is absolutely dominating and they have them dominated at A or the C spawn, it's just absolute mayhem. You'll decimate them with your kill streaks, which in this case, this man went 150 plus with his dogs and his swarm. And once again, Cyborg, I appreciate you lending me this gameplay. I hope you guys actually learned something. That's the goal of this series, and if you did, please like this video, please comment this video, and I'm trying to expand, so please tweet this video. Anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this gameplay. Once again, this has been iBroAdTense, signing out.